Imagine a moose.
Yes.
With a
Long
giraffe
neck moose.
What up, Ho Biscuits? It's your girl Skitten, back at it again. First and foremost, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are staying safe and sanitized. Today, I'm here with my husband. Hello, husband.
What's happening?
I like the pattern of your shirt.
Thanks. It's kind of like if you squint and look at flowers.
You know what it reminds me of?
Mm-hmm.
A giraffe.
Why?
Because, you know, it's got
spots.
spots.
Good enough. You remind me of a giraffe as well.
Today, we are here to watch TierZoo, our giraffes OP. I am going to cast my vote, and I am going to say no.
I'm going to go with absolutely.
You think they're OP?
Yeah, have you ever seen them fight with their necks? Hilarious.
So let us know what you guys think down in the comments before you pause the video. Pause it. Let us know before the video starts. Are they OP or not? Then you can come back and edit your comment and say, were you right or wrong?
Okay.
That's what I
also,
want.
rate how funny it is that when they give birth, they just fall from like 2 stories in the air.
What is wrong with you? I'm excited to see what this video has in store for us. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Why did he do that?
How would you roll up on him at all? For what?
The Africa server is full of extremes. You've got the most powerful builds in the game, including the largest terrestrial build in the entire game currently.
Right. I like how he said currently. What is going to end up bigger than a I almost called it than a bear?
What? Okay.
What is it?
Yeah. It's an elephant. A hairless rat. A gigantic hairless rat.
It's because I was thinking maybe bears could become bigger, but anyway.
You got it.
What is going to become bigger than an elephant?
You know,
Tell me quickly so I can avoid it.
You know, last time we felt like this. What's the last thing that could be bigger? It was like Kobe versus LeBron, you know? And Kobe showed up, like, who could possibly be bigger? Then LeBron shows up. You know, there's always a bigger lion.
This is an elephant.
I'm just saying. You give whales some feet and we're on the way.
Oh, God.
While the African bush elephant may indeed be the largest, it isn't the tallest.
Right.
That title goes to the subject of today's video, the giraffe.
Look at it.
But is being the tallest build in the game actually that effective of a strategy? How does it play out in practice? And what abilities did the giraffe spec into in order to compound its innate advantages?
How can handle PvP?
The giraffe's extreme height grants it several benefits. The first of these is how it completely changes the dynamics regarding the game's stealth mechanics. So, most top predators in the African savanna opt for the ambush strategy to get within striking range of their targets. They tend to rely on a combination of innate camouflage and use of natural cover to evade detection while closing most of the distance, breaking from cover only at the last possible second when they believe they can close the remaining distance before the target has a chance to react. This strategy is almost completely useless against the giraffe, because the stealth benefit from natural cover, things like tall grass and bushes, is entirely negated when viewed from a high vantage point. While staying low to the ground may obscure your character from the perspective of something like a gazelle or zebra, to a giraffe you are completely exposed and your approach was seen coming from quite a ways off.
We have the high ground, Anakin. It's like the only thing I know from Star Wars.
We have the high ground, Anakin.
I have the, whatever. It's multiple giraffes, so that's why I said we.
First of all.
I had to adjust it for context.
Did you hear me say first of all?
Go ahead.
Okay, it's giraffes, not giraffe. Play the video.
I hate you.
The second main benefit granted to the giraffe via its height is a bonus to its defense. Because the giraffe's hurt box is elevated significantly off the ground, it's extremely difficult for most players to land a hit on the giraffe's vitals. In fact, for literally every relevant threat in the African meta, landing a strike on the giraffe's weak point requires either a risky jump strike or an ambush from an elevated position, neither of which are very efficient strategies, with the jump strike in particular being easily punishable by any of the giraffe's many powerful counterattack options. Speaking of, let's take a look at what those are. The giraffe's reach not only keeps its own vitals out of attack range, but also makes it very easy for a giraffe main to land their own attacks. Similar to horses and zebras, the giraffe's main method of attacking is its kick, dealing moderate damage to any target that dares enter the giraffe's zone of control. However,
I was gonna say, he's front kicking out here.
I know, dude. He's...
Teep, teep, teep.
Yeah, that's a giraffe teep. blow a hole through my living room. Good
Jesus.
God.
Giraffe really needs to deal some damage, it resorts to its signature move,
Yes!
the ossicone bash.
The neck!
The giraffe swings its
Neck
neck in a
him!
wide arc, with the intent to connect with the horn-like protrusions on its skull, called ossicones.
Nice.
Connecting with this attack means pretty much instant game over for any player it hits,
Lord.
unless they have an extremely large health pool, such as another giraffe.
Right.
However, it is a bit more risky to just throw this move out, considering that it puts your normally out-of-reach weak point in a potentially vulnerable position.
This is
and
hilarious.
also deals
This is
a
hilarious.
Dude, it's like they fight on the fence. They got some grappling
such
in
as
here.
another giraffe.
Look at this,
However,
like,
it is a bit
haymaker
more
shot.
risky to just
Boom.
throw this move out, considering that it puts your normally out-of-reach weak point in a
Please.
potentially vulnerable position.
He tried to like Kimura his neck in there.
I'm
Look at
dead.
that.
And also deals a little recoil damage with each use as well. And if an attacking player does manage to dodge the first swing and get in close, using this move becomes much more difficult, since the close range hitbox
Right.
is a
It's
bit of
too
a
damn
sour
big.
spot. But still, the mere threat of this move is enough to dissuade most attacks, to the point that most Predator players won't even bother with a high-level giraffe. Low-level giraffe mains are a lot more vulnerable, and this is where the efficacy of the giraffe's reach and height is really put to the test. Upon spawning in, the giraffe is pretty much helpless.
He chose the most derpy looking little giraffe that he could have possibly found.
This is our giraffe OP thumbnail picture.
What?
Like, is it?
What is happening here?
But he's like, I'm just vibing right now, man. Like, I ain't got no stress.
It doesn't have the height advantage on its opponents yet, but because of its slender, lanky shape, it has disadvantage on all
Dang.
saving throws to avoid being grappled or knocked prone. And so it's the job of the higher level giraffe players to complete the long, arduous escort mission of protecting the newborn giraffe as it matures.
Oh my god.
Now, because the giraffe's attack range is so broad, it is able to guard a wide area and pressure a counterattack on any player that would
man.
dare target the newborn. However, because the giraffe does not possess any AoE attacks, defending against multiple opponents at once can be quite challenging,
Got it.
often necessitating that a newborn tank a few hits as the mother chases away one attacker at a
Oh
time.
no.
Wow. That's
Oh,
one
God.
way to put it. It's like a paladin maybe.
It's like when
You know?
it's like when we play Diablo.
Yeah.
And you gotta wait till I can get over there
Yeah.
to take or to kill all the people.
Yeah, my wife
But you're
plays
over
a-
there like yeek, yeek, yeek,
My
and then I
wife
come
plays
in
a
with my
barbarian.
whirlwind.
She plays a barbarian, so she's like a tanky character. So sometimes I'll be getting my ass whooped by groups.
I murder people, bro.
Like, help me now.
It's great.
Now, despite having not leveled up at all, the giraffe starts with a pretty generous amount of HP. But even so, it's not uncommon for the escort mission to fail.
Yeah.
And with a respawn time of 15 months, this
He
is
said I
certainly
gotta
one of the
go.
most frustrating
Oh,
aspects
no.
of giraffe gameplay.
Wow.
That's how people feel when we leave our Call of Duty match.
Yeah. Back in the day, if you played co-op in Call of Duty, it would disconnect you just because you're playing co-op. We was winning one game. Remember, it disconnected us and we were down to like 1
We
point.
were literally carrying and then they lost.
Like, you couldn't hold on for 30 seconds. Come on.
Next, let's talk about individual matchups. First, we have the cheetah. Anyways, on a serious note, first we have the leopard. Now, the leopard is one of the most interesting matchups because of its ability to climb and attack from a high vantage point.
Okay.
Leopard players have been known to use their ability to climb
Wow.
as part of their ambush strategy, pouncing on their target from above.
Jeez.
This could mean it's the only predator in the game with an honest shot at landing a surprise crit against the giraffe. But in all honesty, this would be an insanely risky strategy.
Yeah.
And since leopards hunt alone, there's really not much reason to try and take down such large
I was
prey,
gonna
I'll
when they can
finish
survive
it.
just
Yeah.
fine off of the standard diet of antelope and deer. Still, against a lower level giraffe, I could see this strategy working pretty well, if no allies were around to rescue it. But since leopards kill slowly by strangling their target with their bite, this gives the giraffe's party members a lot of time to react and respond accordingly.
Whoop.
This is similar to the issue lions have in their matchup against giraffes.
Okay.
Compared to some of the other potential threats, a lion can't actually deal that much damage on its own to a giraffe.
It's like, it's not funny, but it is. Like, they trying so hard. And homie's like, I will persevere.
Oh my god.
Some of the other potential threats, a lion can't actually deal that much damage on its own to a giraffe. Even against a low-level giraffe player, it's unlikely they could take it out in a single attack, leading to the same issue as a leopard, where the giraffe's teammates would be able to rescue it.
Right.
However, because lions do cooperate, together it is possible for a pride of lions to bring down even a
That
large
is so
adult giraffe,
uncomfortable.
but not without serious risk to the attackers.
Right.
And since lions typically close in on their targets by staying low to the ground and moving slowly, the giraffe's height is perfectly suited to detecting their approach and escaping before they're in any real danger. So lions taking down giraffes does happen, but it's exceptionally rare.
That's a baby.
The rhino is an interesting matchup. Obviously, giraffes and rhinos have no real reason to attack each other.
Like, why are we pitting two bad bitches against each other? What's going on here? What happened?
This also must be really funny for the giraffe because the rhinos can't really see that well. So the giraffe was probably looking at it for like half an hour, like, is this guy really coming over here right now?
I'm dead.
Rhino's like, what the hell?
You scared me. It's like me in Call of Duty when I get scared and I just like shoot. So like, you ran up on me. What the hell was that?
I would be sprinting around corners, headshot a guy. I'm like, nice shot. She's like, I was startled.
Due to the rhino's poor eyesight, it tends to perceive most players that come near it to be threats regardless. Lucky for the giraffe, the rhino's horn is not usually able to reach the giraffe's weak point, so as long as it can avoid getting knocked over, giraffes tend to do just fine in this matchup.
Okay.
Despite the incredible range of a rhinoceros' horn, the giraffe's kick can still outrange it, and although rhinos are quite tanky, a good kick to the face is usually enough to dissuade further attacks. An important matchup I want to discuss is the hyena.
Okay.
Now, because they can't really jump, hyenas don't have anywhere near the vertical threat range that lions or leopards do. So attacking an adult giraffe is pretty much out of the question. However, instead of this increased agility, hyenas have a much more powerful bite. Rather than requiring a critical hit, a hyena can crack bone with a single bite anywhere on the target, which can immediately disable their prey and make rescue attempts futile.
Yeah, but say, is it break the leg or the ankle bone? They have those? Several ankle bones? And that would be tough, man.
This is particularly effective against players who rely on their teammates for protection, as even if an ally does step in to fight off the attackers, oftentimes it's simply too late and the damage has already been done.
That's really sad, but let's read the game chat. Wow, baby giraffe is really a noob. Yo.
Baby giraffe is so bad, I'm laughing.
Oh my God.
Giraffe calf, I need healing. I can't believe your Africa rank. Please.
GG.
Oh my God.
Notary. We out of here, boys.
Eventually, the teammates will move on and the hyenas will be able to close out the kill. Lastly, I don't think it's any real surprise to see that giraffes still have to respect the space of an elephant. Elephants are tall enough to gore a giraffe with their powerful tusks, so if there's ever a territorial dispute between an elephant and a giraffe, the elephant always wins.
Interesting.
Thankfully for a giraffe, its longer legs grant it a faster run speed. So while elephants do pose a serious threat, this hardly ever actually results in direct damage.
Got it.
In fact, by and large, rather than competing with other herbivores for the best resources, the giraffe's unique access to treetops means that it actually makes a lot of sense for other herbivores to tolerate or even appreciate the presence of a giraffe. They aren't taking away any food they would have accessed anyway, and could also serve as an early warning system if they see predators coming.
If you run,
so,
I run.
while they're definitely not the most overpowered build, they're certainly up there.
Why did the baby let go of the food?
Yeah, he's like you. He grips in fear. This is exactly what my wife does when she's scared.
Not the most overpowered build, they're certainly up there. Near untouchable for the vast majority of their playthrough, and have fairly reliable protection in the early game. I'd put them in solid A tier. In fact, it's somewhat strange that other herbivore players haven't started speccing into similar height advantages to gain the same survival perks as the giraffe. The giraffe is extremely unique in its role in the meta.
Imagine a moose.
Yes.
With a
Long
giraffe.
neck moose. He showed the little elk things or whatever. I was thinking about the dick with his little mouth. I was thinking of a long neck.
Oh my God. Long neck moose. They're already terrifying.
Weird because historically, the treetop grazer giant type build has been extremely successful. Giant long-necked rhinoceros reigned supreme during the Oligocene. And before that, we saw this strategy absolutely dominate during the Mesozoic in the form of the sauropod dinosaur. So why only the giraffe in today's meta? There are a few theories on this, but that's beyond the scope of this video. In terms of strategy and playstyle, the closest thing we have today is probably the camel. But surprisingly, the giraffe is not that closely related to camels. The giraffe only has two close relatives in the current meta. The first is the okapi, a strange build that functions as sort of a middle ground between deer and giraffes. And the second is one that basically nobody would expect, the pronghorn.
What?
Which is completely
fuck is
different
that?
than the giraffe in
What?
both stature and location.
Yeah.
Both the okapi and giraffe are only playable on the Africa server. But to find the pronghorn, you need to travel all the way to the North
I was
America
gonna say,
server.
that's up here. I like giraffes, dude. They're real scary though. When you had me feed that giraffe at the Atlanta Zoo, that was terrifying.
I like giraffes, dude. I think they're really cool. You know, we didn't handle what a pack of giraffes are called. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a pack? What are they?
Yeah.
What is that?
I'm gonna go with a gaggle of giraffes. If you have an update,
Why
I
do
would
you
like
want
to
it
have
to be
it.
giraffes so bad? That doesn't even sound good.
Gaggle?
At least me sounds good.
Right. I mean, giraffes doesn't sound good
Giraffes
either.
sounds way better than giraffes.
I like gaggle of giraffes. That's just what I'm stuck on. You can have your own opinion. A tier to me seems pretty appropriate.
Yeah, I think A tier works.
And the Africa servers are really tough servers. Or A tier there is, you know, boss everywhere else. So,
Right.
yeah, man.
So I said no, right?
No, you said yes.
No, I said no. I said
Did
they
you
were.
say no?
Yeah, I said no.
Wait.
I said no.
You said they're not OP is
Correct.
what you mean.
In hindsight,
Oh,
in
man.
hindsight, like I should have just said yes, but I thought I would go against the grain and say no. So now I'm the loser. I wear the dunce cap.
Okay,
That's fine.
It's so unbelievable. I just wasn't even listening. I just assumed you were going to say, yeah, they're OP, and I just moved on in my head.
So let me know down in the comments below where you right, where you wrong. Don't lie, because I can tell.
Right?
I can see.
It'll say edited, so we'll know if it's
I'll know.
a switch up.
Don't forget to leave your reaction requests and recommendations down in the comments below. And other than that, peace out, hope biscuits. It's skittin' lit.